Okay, thank you so much, Rajan sir. So a very warm welcome to all the parents and students from Olympiad Success family. So today we have gathered here for a demo and interaction program, and this is for grade 3 science. And this is not the regular batch which we always conduct. So this is an accelerated course. So what we exactly mean by accelerated course? So in this accelerated course, we have reduced the number of sessions, but then that does not imply that we have cut down on the course content. No, it is just like we have to finish the course earlier, because now as we have we are towards the end of July, and probably from November onwards, Olympiad examinations would be beginning. So this is an accelerated course, and we would request all the students to, put in a bit more extra effort over here and cope up with the mentor, so that, the course is completed and with all your concepts clear. Because at Olympiad Success over here, we do believe in, setting up your foundation really strong and clearing your concepts, your doubts. Okay, and for this, we have a wonderful mentor with us, Richa ma'am. She has been associated with us for quite a while now, and she has already taken batches for the regular courses, and this is for the accelerated also. She is here. And like the flow of this session would be, first of all, there would be an introduction by Richa ma'am. Then Rajan sir would be taking you through a short presentation wherein he would be explaining you about the course. After that, there would be a tour of the platform, and post that we would be having a short question and answer round. So if you have any doubts, queries, you can write it down in the chat section, and we will be answering all your queries. Post the question and answer round, we will be starting with the demo session for which you all are here. So I request Richa ma'am to give a brief introduction about herself. Welcome, Richa ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Hi, everyone. My name is Dr. Richa, and I'll be your mentor for the upcoming session. And as Aarti ma'am told you already, that we are here for the demo of science subject for the Olympiad exam. And I'm pretty sure you're already aware what is your Olympiad exam. It's a little different from your school exam. That ways that you are going to compete with students from your own grade, but from different schools, different cities, different states, and maybe different countries. And you will be assessed in subjects like science, mathematics, English, depending on which all exams you have picked up. So what you need to know for preparing these exams, and that we want you to prepare during these classes, is we'll be revising what we already know. We'll be finishing up whatever we're going to learn in grade 3. We'll be covering up half of grade 4 course, and we might touch base with grade 5 course as well. So there will be a lot of learning involved. So of course, it requires you to be attentive. You need to participate more. You need to put in more efforts. And the preparation doesn't stop here. Just, learning, it's not the end. Where the end is when you start applying your learning to the questions. We want you to understand the question and then start applying whatever you have learned in these classes in your day-to-day life as well. For example, all of us know that our blood is red. But can anyone tell me why is it red? Any of the students, not the parents? No? Alia, you don't know? You do know that your blood is red, right? Or is it blue or is it green? Are you writing your answer? I'm not audible. Is it that I'm not audible to everyone? Aarti ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay, I think there is a problem at your end. Alia, can you cross check again? I asked, do you know that your blood is red in color, right? So why is it so? Why is it not blue, green? What makes your blood red?
We can unmute Alia. Alia?
Yes, unmute yourself.
Ma'am, because blood is actually just water with red blood cells in it.
Yes, it's because of a pigment. Just like plants have pigment in them that makes them green, we have a pigment called hemoglobin that makes it red. Right? For science, it's a very logical subject. You have reasons for everything, right? And when you start applying it in your day-to-day life, you'll be surprised to know that you can find a reason for everything. And that's what the purpose is for these classes, to learn things and apply them to our questions or to our problems, to our day-to-day life as well, right? So we'll start with the demo with the Rajan sir that he's going to conduct, right? Rajan sir, you're going to take the next demo.
Yeah,
and
sure,
then
ma'am.
we'll jump. Yes,
Yeah.
over to you.
So let me present the screen. Hi students, welcome to the demo of class 3 science. So this is an accredited course. So firstly, let me tell you about us, about Olympiad Success. So Olympiad Success is India's largest online preparation platform for Olympiad exam. We have Olympiad live classes, and this is our third year in live classes. Students, we also have School Plus program. So in School Plus program, we offer 8 courses, that is mathematics, English, science, logical reasoning, communication, spoken and written both, Vedic maths as well as coding. What else? We also offer online CBSE plus Olympiad classes for grade 6 to 10 and one-on-one patient classes for International Mathematics Olympiad like SESMO, CMO, HKIMO, TIMO, Math Count, US Math Competition, Math Kangaroo, and also PRMO. We are also giving classes for JEE Main Preparation. Now students meet the rank holder for session 21-22. So many students in Olympiad Success got international rank 1. Okay, so students, now as you know, this is an accelerated course. So the objective of this course is to cover the entire curriculum in 20% lesser time. Okay, so we have reduced the number of session by 20%. So as the fee. Okay, so the group session, it will be a group session. So there will be around 20 students. Okay, and the classes will be conducted on Zoom platform only. Okay, so there will be 3 sessions per week. The days will be Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And the class timing will be 5 to 6:15 p.m. So the class duration will be 75 minutes. Okay, students. The session include mix of theory, practice question, doubt session, and we will also discuss previous year paper. And students, you will get reading material and practice question, which is available on the dashboard of Olympiad Success. And with this course, students, you will get access to the Olympiad Success platform for topic-wise mock test for science as well as for logical reasoning. Okay. Now the syllabus link I will share with you in the chat box. The fees for this course is 5,944 and there will be around 28 sessions in this course. The fee include online classes, daily reading notes and exercise, practice of previous year paper, and like I said, you will get access to the Olympiad Success platform for science as well as logical reasoning, topic-wise mock test. Now students, to join this course, what you need a laptop with good internet speed. And as you know, students, like preparation for Olympiad exam is tougher than regular school curriculum. So student will be required to spend approx 2 hours every day to cope up with the curriculum. Okay. Now the live classes for this course will start from 28 July. And currently we are having students from 3800 school and we are catering in 35 plus countries. So this is about this course, students. Now, if you have any doubt, we will take that. But before that, Aarti ma'am will give you a tour of Olympiad Success dashboard. Then we will take the questions from you. Okay, so over to you, Aarti ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rajan sir, for a brief presentation about the course. And now, students, I'm taking you through the tour of the platform. So students, as soon as you enroll with us, like you subscribe the subject with us, what you have to do is to access the reading material and topic-wise worksheets. You have to go to our website, which is olympiadsuccess.com. And there you have to click on the My Account button and enter your credentials, your email and password, and click on the Sign In button. You will be redirected to the profile page. In case if your profile is not complete, do complete it and then go to live classes. So this is the first most important thing over here. So what happens here, like you can see all the subjects for which you have subscribed. Okay, so this is science. We'll select on science and all the topics related to this would be coming over here. So these would cover your entire syllabus. Okay, so plants and animals, birds, food, etc., etc. So if you select any one of the topics, the reading material, practice questions, and answer keys corresponding to that topic will be displayed. So let me click on one of the reading material. So here you see like the reading material for this topic, which is plants and animals, would be displayed. Okay. And basis that there would be practice questions. So the questions in this would be at par with the Olympiad level questions because this is your Olympiad preparation classes, right? And you have to appear for these questions. And once you're done with these questions, you have to match your answers with the answer keys given here. Okay. So I've just clicked on that and let it open. Yeah, here it is. So here you can see the answer keys. So you can match your answers with the answer keys given by Olympiad Success. Okay. The next important thing on this page is the schedule part. So once you click on the view schedule button, the entire schedule will be displayed over here. Okay, so this is for your Olympiad classes. Okay, so in it, for every session we have structured the syllabus as per the sessions. Okay, so in session 1 we would be taking up plants and animals, session 2 that, session 3 animals, so on and so forth. So if you see here, like in session 5 we would be conducting a test. So after every topic or two we would be conducting a test, so that we ensure that you are you are really sincere with your studies, studying well and getting really good marks in the examination, in these mock tests. Okay, and we would be having few sessions. So Rajan sir, I believe this is the accelerated one, right? 35
yes,
sessions. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So here in total 30 sessions, your course will get completed. Okay. And the remaining 5 sessions will be for your super classes. Now, what exactly are these super classes? In super classes, there would be like you would be solving previous year papers. So that would be done, and then like there would be lots and lots of practice in these super classes. So you have 5 classes for your practice. You can come up with your doubts, your queries, and make sure like you are like conceptually very clear. And if you have any doubts, you can certainly ask your mentor and she would be more than happy to help you. All right, so this is about the schedule part. And then finally we have the holiday calendar over here. So on these dates, your classes will not be conducted as these are the holidays. And then we have the Zoom meeting ID and password. So here your meeting ID and password will be displayed. The second important thing over here is the topic-wise worksheets, which we would be providing you. So here what you have to do is you have to click on the science subject, comprehensive science, and here all the topic-wise worksheets will be available for you, as you see over here. So there are 52 worksheets available to you to practice from, and each worksheet would be having around 25 questions. And like you have to practice through them, as these are available online only and in the form of test. So once you are done with the test, what you have to do to check your answer keys, you have to click on the performance tab. And on the performance tab, you have to select your subject. And here, like whichever examination you have given, just click on the view button to view your answer keys. All right, so kids, this is all about the platform. And now if you have any doubts, any queries, you can write it down in the chat section for us to answer.
Students, if you have any doubt, any query, you can write in the chat box.
All clear. All clear. And why is it so, like kids, you all are from grade 3. And this is the first time ever in our history, like this is our 3rd year into live classes. And like grade 3 students, they are so excited to turn on their video, and they always do. But this is the first batch I'm seeing like none of you have turned on your videos. Any particular reason? Okay, so Alia is here again. Thank you so much. What about Rajas? Okay, Rayan's mom is there. And what about Anshu? So any questions coming up? Any doubts, any queries? No, yes? In the chat section, quickly. So I've seen this thing, like small kids, they have so many questions. But what happened today? No questions coming up in the chat section. So is it like Rajan sir and me had, explained everything so clearly?
Yes, Rajesh Singh, I am clear about it.
Or we were so boring that you could not, you could not get even a single word. Ma'am, it's sounding easy. Okay, Alia. That's really nice. So that's great. So Rajan sir, why don't we ask a few questions and then
yeah,
we can start?
Sure, ma'am, sure. So students, can you tell me like what are the days on which we are having the classes? You can write in the chat box.
Quickly.
No, not the date, the days.
Days. Yeah. So Riyansh is with the answer. Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Thursday. Yes, correct. Days are Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And what are the timing for the classes? You can write in the chat box. 5 to 6:15. Correct. But AM or PM?
PM.
Yes, correct. 5 to 6:15 PM. And what are the number of sessions for this course? 28. Yes, correct, Alia. Okay, ma'am. I think everything is clear to them. So I think if they don't have any doubt, we can start with the session.
All right, great. No, Anshu, this is not one-to-one class. This is a group class, okay? And here, like in this group class, as Rajan sir has also mentioned during the presentation, so there will be around 15 to 20 students in your batch, okay? So I'll just confirm like how many super classes will be there for science accelerated course, because for our normal course.
Ma'am, I think there are 3 classes, 3 super classes for accelerated course.
Yeah. So in 25 sessions, your course will get completed and 3 sessions will be there for your super classes. Okay. Any further questions, or should we start with the session? Everything is easy for Alia. That's nice.
Not more.
No, Rajesh. So Rajesh, that was for the regular classes, the schedule I had shown. So in that, in our regular classes, we have 35 sessions. But then as the number of sessions have reduced, since this is an accelerated course, so the total number of sessions in here will be 28. And out of 28, there will be 3 super classes. If children have any problem to वो teachers से call पर connect कर सकता है. I'm so sorry, Anshu ma'am, like I believe some parent is there. So like this is strictly against the policy. So we do not share the number of our mentor with the students individually. Whatever your doubt is, query is, I would request the children, all the kids, like this is for all of you, you should, you know, make sure that you ask, like while leaving the class, you make sure that you are clear with all what your mentor has taught, okay? And even if in case you still have any doubt, like after the class, you read something and you have any doubts or you come across any question, what you can do is, in the next class itself, you can ask your mentor and she would be clearing your doubts then and there, okay?
And doubt will be clear when class ends.
Okay, Alia. So Alia, like it would be done. So let's say let's say if ma'am is teaching some topic ABC, okay? So if ma'am is teaching you plants, okay? And if you ask something, a question related to universe, okay? So she would be saying, okay, we'll take up this question later on. But then if your topic, if your question is pertaining to that particular topic and that particular section in that topic which your mentor is teaching, she would be clearing it then and there, okay? Yeah.
Any other question, students? Science is easy peasy.
Richa ma'am, I believe like you have got wonderful.
I am learning new language every day with the students, and easy peasy lemon squeezy is something I have learned already. But yes, thank you for the reminder. And Ali, your whatever queries, whatever doubts, you just don't worry about your doubts. This is for Anshu ma'am as well. Don't worry about the doubts. As long as students discuss in the class, it will be answered, and we'll make sure that whatever doubt, whatever misconception they have about the content, it is all being cleared. It's just that they have to be more participative. They have to put in more efforts because it's more, it's an accelerated course, right? So you need to put in more efforts. Thank you, Alia, for the clearing this thing for me as well, for giving me such nice translation. Yes, I think we are ready for the demo. Yes, Rajan sir, Aarti ma'am?
Definitely. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
You can start.
Okay. So if you are a student, kindly switch on your camera because I'd like to see your face while we are discussing and we are learning about the topic. That will be more helpful. Yes, thank you, Rajas. So the topic for today's demo is living things and non-living things. And I'm pretty sure all of us are familiar with the topic. Are we or are we not? We're familiar with it, right? Yes. So assuming that we are familiar with it, I am showing you this screen and I want everyone to look at it very carefully and tell me exactly how many living things can you see in this picture? And put down your answer in the chat box very quickly. How many living things are visible to you? Count them and put your answer in the chat box. So Atharv is saying 6, Saleh is saying 7. And what about you, Rajas? Atharv has changed his answer to 7 now. Okay. So let's count. We have a boy, we have a man, a woman, a girl. 4, 5, 6, 7. But how about the trees? Are they living thing or not? Are trees and plants living thing or not? What do you think? They are, right? So we have 8 living things in this picture, right? We can't forget about plants and the trees at the back, can we? So what are living things? Anything that has life in it. Yes, like us humans, like animals. These are all living things. Your plants are living things. But the things that we are using in our day-to-day life, materials that you are using, your mobile phone, your house, your car, your laptop, your school bag, your books, these are all non-living things, right? Because they don't have any life in it, right? Can they talk to you? Can they respond back? If you start talking to them, will they respond back to you? No, because they don't have any life in it, right? So my question for you guys is, what makes something a living thing? How can you say that this particular thing is a living thing? Why? Just now we saw a picture where I pointed out that plants are also part of living things. What makes something a living thing? Why do we start calling something a living thing? On what basis? Quickly put down your answer in the chat box. I don't want a full description, just a word or two. They move. Very good, Alia. Yes, living things move. And what else do they do? As think about it, what is it that you notice which is common about all the living things? They jump. Yes, they move, they walk, they jump. They eat, very good. They breathe, they drink. Yes, exactly. Actually, there are 7 characteristics, students. Characteristic means properties, features that your living things have, which makes them, different from non-living things. How they stand apart from your non-living things? It's because they have these 7 properties, which are, first of all, on your screen, as you can see, they grow. They have ability to move. They need food to survive. They need to breathe in order to live. They excrete out waste from their body. They have ability to give birth. And they feel and respond to their external environment. What is it? What all these properties mean? One by one, we'll be going into depth of each of them. First of all, let's talk about how living things, they need to grow. Yes, Alia, they have emotions too. Agree. So all living things need to grow. All of us agree when we were born, we didn't look like this, or did we? We were born as a small baby, right? And then we started growing up, and that's how we look like now. And maybe later on, after say 5-7 years, we'll start looking different. Why? Because we are growing. With time, we are growing. Every day, every year, every month, we are growing. So just like we were born as an infant and then we grew up into a child, now we are growing into a teenager, then maybe an adult. Similarly, animals, they are born in a baby form. Like for dogs, we have puppies, for cats, we have kittens, for tigers, we have cubs, right? And the plants, how do they start? They start from seeds. You put the seed, you sow the seed in the soil, the seed germinate, if the new plants start growing out, and that's how they start growing. It takes a lot of time, but gradually over a period of time, your plants also start to grow. They are also growing. But my question again, Can we grow throughout the life? Now you look at me, I'm already this old. Now if I want to grow taller, is it possible? Can I grow taller than this from the height that I am? Yes, Alia, or no? Okay, so all of you are saying no. Yes, because we only grow up to certain age. That is roughly say 17, 18 to 20 years of age for humans. Why? Because beyond that age, our bones stop growing. We can increase our weight, we can become fatter, but we cannot increase our height after that because we are bones inside our body. And when we grow, it's our bones which are increasing in size, you know, they are growing. So after that particular age, after the age of say 18 to 20 years, no, Alia, we don't. But as we grow old, your bones may start fusing. That gives the appearance of looking shorter, right? But it's not like that you've already achieved a certain height and after a few years you'll become shorter. No. But as you keep growing old, then there are certain other body changes that takes place in your body, right? So after certain age, your bones stop growing, and it is because of that reason we don't go beyond certain age, right? And just like how we grow as a living being, we also need to eat. Yes, Adhar. We need to eat. Just, you know, all of you have traveled somewhere by the car, maybe to your school or maybe to a relative's place or anywhere, right? So when your car runs out of fuel, what do? Do you start pushing it? Or what do? Where do you have to go? When your car is running out of fuel and you think that it's going to stop any movement, then what do? You refuel it. Yes. You go to a fuel station and whatever fuel your car is running on, whether it's a petrol or a diesel or a CNG, you get it refueled. Why? Because car needs energy to move. And just like car needs energy to move, we as living things also need energy to do every activity, whether it's sleeping, whether it's talking, whether it's playing, whether it's studying, right? For everything, for every activity, we need energy. And where does that energy comes from? It comes from the food. So all of us, humans, animals, plants, we need to eat food. We need to have energy. We need to have food. Now, we can eat food. And we have seen animals also eating food. But have we ever seen a plant eating food? You know, laying down their food in front of the table and then using maybe a fork or a spoon to eat something. Has anyone ever seen that? So how do plants get their food? We are calling them a living thing. How do they get their food? Alia has seen a plant eating food. How? Where did you see it, baby? Manure is not the food for the plant, beta. Manure is, yes, they don't eat carbon dioxide, Alia. They make their own food, beta. And manure is, Rajas, something that you put into the soil from where they get the nutrients, right? So what happens is your plants don't eat food. They don't eat carbon dioxide, Alia. They make their own food, bache. They have leaves, right? And they take in sunlight, and in the presence of sunlight, using carbon dioxide, which they get from the air around them, and the water, which they get from the soil, they make their own food. And this process, yes, Atharv has mentioned this very nicely. This process is called photosynthesis. Now, photosynthesis, are you familiar with this term, photosynthesis? Atharv is familiar. He's given a very nice definition for it. Anyone else? Rajas, are you aware of this? Photosynthesis, do you know this term? Okay. So photosynthesis has two words in it, which means, just a second, please. Which means photo, which means light, and synthesis means making something. So yes, Atharv, I'm sorry I can't let you talk, but you can write down your answer in the chat box, whatever you want to say. So photo means light and synthesis means making something. So when they are making something in the presence of light, that's what we call photosynthesis. So your plants don't eat any food. They make food. Unlike us humans and animals, they just make their own food. Not all of us eat same kind of food, do we? Like we are eating chapatis and breads and rice. Can we expect a giraffe to eat the same? Or can we expect a polar bear to eat the same? Or the birds to eat the same? No. All of us eat different types of things. We have our own diet. Our birds eat something else. They eat seeds, they eat grains, they suck nectar. We have herbivores who like to, munch on foliages, leaves, plants. We have carnivores who eat other animals. We have omnivores who can eat both plants as well as other animals. We have scavengers who eat dead bodies. Yes, owls eat mice. So when a bird can eat other animals, right? They are carnivore birds. But and on the basis of that, we have made this food chain. What is food chain? Where we have shown the one animal eating another animal. For example, this food chain, if you look at this one, we have an owl eating a mouse, and a mouse eats a grasshopper, and a grasshopper feeds on grass. Similarly, over here, we have an eagle feasting on a snake eating a rabbit maybe, and rabbit again dining on grass. But if you look at both the food chain, what will you notice? You will notice that in both the food chains, we have grass at the very first stage. You see, it is because plants are the only living things which are capable of making their own food. That is why they are different from all the other living things. No other living thing other than your plant is capable of making their own food. It is only the plants. That is why for any food chain, the first stage is occupied by the plants. And it is because they are so different from others, we have a special name for plants, which is, can you tell me a special name that plants have? Anyone? Let's see. It starts with A. No idea? Okay. It is called autotrophs. Plants, because they have capability to prepare their own food, are called autotrophs. Auto means on their own. So plants are called autotrophs because they have ability to prepare their own food by photosynthesis. Whereas others, like us humans and animals, which don't have this ability, we are called heterotrophs because we depend on plants and other animals for our food. That is why. Yes, we are interdependent plants. It's not just plants. We need plants. Autotrophs, just a second, Adhar. Autotrophs means, beta, the organisms or the living beings which have ability to prepare their own food. Now, Alia, can you think of a moment when if you take in lots of sunlight, soak in lot of sunlight from the sun and drink up lots of water and stand in the sunlight, do you think you can prepare your own food in your body? You can't, because you don't have the ability. Only plants have this ability where they can do so and prepare their own food. That is why we are calling them autotrophs. Auto means on their own. They are capable of living on their own. They can prepare their own food. Whereas other organisms can't do that. That is why we are calling them heterotrophs. Right? And as Athar mentioned in the chat box, that not only we need plants, plants also need us. We are both interdependent on each other. We help plants in germination. We help plants in giving them carbon dioxide. We help plants in sowing their seeds, right? Seed dispersal. There are many activities which we'll be discussing in details in our plants chapter when we'll start the proper classes. Okay. So next we have the next ability, that next property for the living things, which means all living things need to breathe. Just like how we are breathing, our other animals are also breathing. And it's not necessary that all of us will have lungs to breathe. We have lungs, everyone agree? Humans have lungs to breathe, right? Inside our body, we have lungs. Your cats, your dogs, your lions, your tigers, they also have lungs for breathing. But your insects, like your mosquitoes, like your cockroaches, like your butterflies, grasshoppers, they don't have lungs. They're very tiny. They have very small body. They have this tube-like structure. It is called spiracle, which is connected directly to their skin, to the inside of their body. And it's really small. You can't see it with your naked eye. and they breathe through that. Similarly, a fish, they live under the water. They don't have lungs, but they have a special organ called gills through which they breathe, right? And for animals that live both in water as well as on land, like your frogs, they have special ability. When they are in water, they will breathe through their skin. And when they are on land, they will breathe through the lungs. And do you know what is a tadpole? Tadpole is a child version of a frog. When the frog's egg hatch, the first thing to come out is a tadpole. It doesn't have any legs. It has a tail. And it can only survive in water. Why? Because it can only breathe through their gills. It doesn't have lungs. It cannot survive on the land. So your tadpoles will only be found in water. Yes, like a baby frog. As they keep growing, they mature and become adult frog. Right? And that's when they have lungs to survive on land. Now, this is about animals. How about plants? How do plants breathe? We are calling them living things. How do they breathe? Very good, Arthur. Very nice. Yes, they breathe through this structure. This is called stomata. This is your leaf. And when you look at it under the microscope, yes, only a little bit of that survive. Yes, Arthur. You put it under the microscope and you see such structure. It's like a pore which keeps opening and closing. This is called stomata. And your plants breathe through these stomata. They are like nostrils of plants. Just like we have nostrils for the air to go in and come out, that's the same function they are performing in plants. They take in carbon dioxide and they release oxygen, right? Your fishes, they have gills here. It's not visible from outside, inside their body. That's where it is. So they take in a lot of water from the river or sea, wherever they are. And that oxygen is dissolved in the water. So once they take water and they let it pass through the gills, whatever oxygen is present in the water, it is absorbed in the gills and rest of the water is flushed out. That's how they survive in the water. Now, there are some special fish like this one. Can you tell me what is this one? What's its name? The name of the fish. Dolphin. Yes, it is a dolphin. So it has a hole on top of its head. This is called blowhole. So actually, if the dolphin and whales, they don't have gills. They're not in fact true fish. They're mammals who are living in water. So they breathe through lungs. So this is like their nostril. They come out of water and they have a flap on top of it. So the moment they come out of water, they jump like this. They come out, they immediately open the flap. They release lots of carbon dioxide within a fraction of a second and take in lots of oxygen from the air and close that flap back and go back into the water. They do all of this in just few seconds. You won't even realize they have done so much of job in that few seconds. And then they will go inside the water and they can stay inside the water for a long period of time using that much oxygen. No, we don't have chlorophyll, cotyledons, and radicle. It is only a part of the plant's beta. When we'll do the topic of plants, I'll show you each and every structure. It is all part of the seed. Cotyledon, radicle. Okay. And chlorophyll is a part, structure, and leaf. Okay, Rajas? Now, all your other living things, another property that your living things possesses, they have ability to feel the change around themselves. You see, when our mom cooks something really delicious in kitchen, while we are sitting in our bedroom, we can tell, oh, this is being cooked. How do we know? How do we know without even looking at it that this is being prepared in the kitchen? What is it that prompts us to tell, oh, she has made this, she has prepared this? We get smell, right? Suppose she has made noodles. So if you can smell it, you know that she has prepared them, right? That's because we have ability to feel the change around us. If someone puts on a perfume, we can smell it. If something breaks, we can hear it. If someone comes inside our home, we can see them. It is because we have these sense organs, which helps us to determine or to find out any change and to respond to that change in our surrounding. Now, can anyone tell me how many sense organs do you have? Yes, Alia, tell. You have to write actually. I can't let you unmute.
Ma'am, 5.
5. Okay. And Tharf, what are those 5 sense organs?
Skin,
Hmm.
nose,
Hmm.
eyes,
Hmm.
ears, tongue.
Before tongue, what did you say?
Eyes.
So we have eyes, nose, tongue, ears, and skin. Right? Just like we have sense organs, and insects don't have them. They have really tiny body. Where will they put in their sense organ? But you see this structure? Can you see this thing? In fact, your cockroaches and other insects also have them. They are called antenna. And they feel the change around themselves through this antenna. Right? Now, similarly, plants, they don't have sense organs, but they still can respond to the change around them. You can experiment this at home also. If you have a plant, don't give it water for 2 days time, right? And then wait. You'll find that your plant has started looking dull, really, really dull. And the moment you start giving it water back, it will start looking fresher, more green. That is because it starts responding to its surrounding. It is responding to the water that you have given it. Now, this is another example. This is a touch me not plant, also known as mimosa. Have you seen it in real life? So if you touch it, it closes its leaves like this one here for a few minutes. That's because it's trying to protect itself. It thinks that someone is coming to eat it up. So it immediately closes its leaf. This is an excellent example of showing how plants are able to respond to their environment. Yes? Then we all walk, just like how Alia mentioned when I asked, yes, Rajas, you have that plant? Good. Maybe when we take the formal class, you can show it to others as well, right? Now, just like we can walk, our other animals like lions, elephant, dogs, they can also walk, run, they use their legs to walk, right? They're looking for a shelter, or maybe they're looking for a prey to hunt, or maybe they are, escaping from a predator, or they're looking for a food, or they are escaping from rain, for anything. They run around, they keep walking around to look for something. Just like they have legs, your birds have wings. Your insects also have wings to fly. Now, how do fish swim? They don't have wings. They don't have legs. How come they can swim? Yes? It's not. Yes. It's because of fins. You see, first of all, the first reason your fish are able to swim is because they have streamlined body. What does that mean? That means the front, which is this part, look at my arrow, and the back, this part is smaller than the middle part. That is why they call them streamlined body. And because of the streamlined body, they are able to swim really nicely in water. Second, they have fins. The fins are this. Can you see the structure? These are fins. They help the fish to swim. And the tail of the fish helps it to balance while swimming in the water. Now your plants, of course, they cannot walk. Have you seen a plant walking around or maybe running around? Never. They are constant in one place. They're stationary in one place. They stay where they are. They cannot walk. But we are still calling them a living thing. Why? Because even though they cannot walk, they can still move. First of all, you all know that plants have roots, which goes inside the soil, right? So the roots, even though you cannot see them with your eyes, when you pour water into the pot, what happens is the root will start growing towards water. Wherever it thinks water is, it will start growing in that direction. And the stems, because they need more and more sunlight to do photosynthesis, they automatically start growing towards the direction from where the sun is coming. We have sunflower, where the space of the flower is always facing towards the sun. These are all examples of how nature is showing that plants are also capable of moving, right? Now, plants, humans, animals, all the living things reproduce. What does it mean? Reproduction means giving birth to their own kind, to their young ones. We humans give birth to our babies, we have animals giving birth to their young ones, we have birds laying eggs, we have fish, frogs laying eggs, right? But how do plants reproduce? How do they give birth to their young ones? Rajesh, would you like to share? How do they reproduce? Alia.
Ma'am, they reproduce food by the plants reproduce by photosynthesis.
Reproduce means beta giving birth to a young ones. Photosynthesis is
Talking about the animals.
No, I'm talking about plants only. But how do they give birth to new ones? Photosynthesis is process of making food. I'm talking about how do new plants form. You know,
Ma'am, by seeds they form by seeds.
Yes, exactly. They reproduce by seeds. You remember I showed you in the slide of growing also. They have seeds. So you need to sow those seeds into the soil and you give it proper sunlight, regular water, and it will grow into a beautiful plant. That's how they reproduce, through their seed, right? And just like how we reproduce, we living beings also remove the waste material from our body. That is called excretion. So we sweat, we have all these things, that whatever harmful substance we have or waste material we have in our body, we take it out from our body through urine, feces, and sweat. Just like how animals and humans do that, plants also do the same. They remove excessive water through this pore. Again, the pore has come, which is stomata, just like a nostril. So they remove extra water from here. They also release oxygen, which they don't need while making their own food. So they throw it out. And we, humans and animals, need that oxygen to survive. We get benefit of it. Yes. And that's all the 7 properties of all your living things. So in short, we have covered what is the difference between living thing and non-living thing. What are they? What are their characteristics, right? So can you try solving these questions? Humans dash grow throughout their life. Yes. Second, a dash thing does not move or grow. Non-living thing. A non-living thing does not move or grow because it doesn't have the ability. Yes. Very good, Rajas. Third, plants dash food to survive. Yes, they need food. Plants need food to survive. So they prepare food. They don't eat it. They prepare it. Yes. We use dash to feel the change around us. What do we use to feel the change around us? No. We just talked about it. That's our sense organs. Our sense organs help us to feel the change around us. Fish breathe through their dash in their body. What do they have in their body? That's why they're able to survive in the water. Very good. Yes, they have gills. And birds dash to reproduce. You can use 2 words. What do birds do to reproduce, to give birth to their young ones? They lay. What do they lay? They lay eggs. Very good. Yes, they lay eggs to reproduce. Removing waste material from your body is called? Yes, very good, Rajas. What do you call the process of removing the waste material, the harmful material from your body? Very good. Yes, it is called excretion. That's what removing waste material is from your body. Yes, any doubt about today's session? All clear? I think we have done with the demo session, sir. You can take over.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for the wonderful session, ma'am. So students, you can share with us in the chat box. How was the session? Do you like it? Cool. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Thank you. So students, I'm sharing some links in the chat box. Okay. You can copy the links and save somewhere. And now ma'am will meet you in the live classes. Alia, you are saying something? Let me unmute you. Yes, you're saying something?
Yes, sir.
You're saying
Did you want
something?
to say something?
Sir, I was saying that this ma'am is cool.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Okay,
you. That's
thank
very
you.
sweet of
Thank
you.
you,
Thank
Alia.
you.
Okay, so students, we will meet you now in the live classes. So thank you for attending the session today. Thank you, Richa ma'am, for the wonderful session. Okay.
Okay,
Bye,
thank you, sir.
everyone.
I'll see you then on next Thursday. Okay.
Sure.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.